Yep. Where's the camera? I can't see anything. I have sunglasses on. Oh, hi there, and welcome to week 11. This week goes all the way up to 11, and so does the intensity. So with no further ado, here are this week's picks. Starting off, we have a great match coming up with the Slaughterhouse versus the Roughnecks. This one is very one-sided, so I'm not even going to waste time. But needless to say, I'm making this my lock of the week, with the Slaughterhouse up by 22 points. Now, I know that's a lot of points to give out to a team that hasn't been doing that good this year. But looking at the roster, position for position, this team has all cylinders firing more than any other team. So Roughnecks, you're in for a rough day. Slaughterhouse by 22 points. Up next, we have the Terror going up against the Thunder. Now, this one is going to go a way you're not expecting it to. I'm giving this one to the Terror by 4 points. Why 4 points to the Terror when the Thunder are on the cusp of becoming one of the few teams in history to pull off a 10-game win streak? That's exactly the reason. 10-game winning streak. The pressure is on the Thunder. Do they have what it takes to handle such a pressure? I say no. I say the Terror pull the upset and end the streak. And the reason I'm giving them 4 points, it's as Billy Joel once said, 1, 2, 3, 4, pressure. Terror by 4. Up next, we have a match that, wow, Hangmen versus Senators. Wow. I don't have a pick in this one, because on one side with the Hangmen, you have the record that is hard to ignore and a quarterback that is hard to beat. On the Senators, on the other hand, you have a team that is fierce, ferocious, and on the rise. I can't pick. There will be no pick this week. Only the bold prediction that whichever team wins this match is going to be the champion of the global division in the end. Whoever wins this match is going to be the lead dog in that pack. And if here's one thing I know, being a sock puppet who gets chewed and mangled and ignored and drooled upon, it's dogs. I don't like them, because they like to bite me and bury me and hump me. You ever been humped by a dog, kids? Wrong. No pick. Up next, we have Snakeopus going up against the Vandals. And this one is pretty one-sided again. I'm going to give this one to the Vandals by 8 points. They're doing really good this year. But worse of that is the fact that Snakeopus... What the hell's the matter with you, Snakeopus? I'm looking right at you. What the hell's the matter with you? You're too good for the record that you have. I look at your players. They're good. Real good. Gabby Hayes good. But you have this record and you're not performing. And I'm disappointed in you. That's right. I said it. I'm disappointed in you, Snakeopus. That's why Vandals by 8. And finally, we have the Extractors going up against the A-Holes. Now, I've been pretty high on the A-Holes this year. And the fact is, this is a matchup that I like to call the Dirty, Naughty Limerick Bowl, because you have one team called the Extractors, the other team called the A-Holes. You know, feel free to make all the jokes you want to. In fact, send them in to me. I'll read them aloud on the air, and more to the point, I'll steal credit for them. Meh. But here's the thing. A-Holes I'm going to have going over by 14 points. And the reason I'm going to have them going over by 14 points is because the Extractors are in the most bizarre form of transition I've ever seen a team go through. Their young players are having growing pains, and their older players are shutting down. It's like watching somebody go through puberty and Alzheimer's all at the same time, and it's painful. So while they're in pain, the a-holes will be smoothly going past them by 14 points. Well, that's it for this week. Now, if you'll excuse me, somebody wants me to get all song and dancey with everything. The things I do for my public. Oh well, see you next week. It could have been the moon above. It could have been the way you loved. I like to blame it on the Bossa Nova. Bum, bum, bum. The dance of love. See you next week.